Hello, this is the Japanese Type 14 Nambu, and this particular one was manufactured on March of 1940. And I should have done a video beforehand in as-is condition, the way I got it, and it wasn't of a desirable condition, I would say. The gun was completely dry. There's no lube, and right off the bat, touch the when you touch the cocking knob, you can see there's a significant play, and I'll go in detail why that is. And when you went to charge and release the bolt, the bolt would basically get stuck there. And also, when you operate the bolt, you can feel the grit of the dust and sand, or dust and whatever, God knows what was in there, just rubbing against all the metal. So naturally, I had to take it apart and inspect it. Overall, exterior-wise, it's a good relic condition. Just some pittings here and there, but that's to be expected. And so went ahead and already took the screws off for the grips, just to save some time. So nothing too exciting there. So again, some pitting along the receiver, or the frame, I guess, here and there, but that wasn't too much of a concern for me. But the major concern is, let me take this apart, is that, well, first of all, the magazine, you can see, I'm not sure you can see, but there's a severe dents and scratches. Let my cameraman do the work. But yeah, so dents and scratches along the feed lip. So right off the bat, that was telling me this gun probably had feed issues. And on the retaining pins, it's supposed to be like a rivet. It's supposed to be pinned in from both sides. It's ground off and it's loose, so you can take it apart. So somebody put I guess a modern spring or whatever to try to do there. And to my surprise, for the price, this whole gun is parts matching except for the magazine, and that's probably part of the reason why I was having feed issues. But anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and take it apart. So to take it apart, you want to push the barrel assembly back, press in the magazine release all the way, and just pull the trigger guard and the trigger assembly down. And then, I should have taken this cocking piece off first. But to do that, you just press this back button and twist it right off. There it goes. So there's the firing pin extension, the firing pin spring, and the firing pin. There you go. And then the whole barrel and the bolt assembly, along with the locking lug, comes right out. And these are the two recoil springs, locking lug, and then the barrel and the bolt. So that's the basic disassembly, and let me show you the more fine detail of what's going on with this gun. Okay, before we go on, I also wanted to mention the bolt lockup issue. And now, with the properly tuned gun, any semi-automatic gun, the bolt should not, when the bolt is locked, it should move with the barrel assembly or the slide. And well, in this case, barrel assembly, and then with the 1911, the barrel and the slide would move together until it reaches the cam where there's enough room for the bolt to unlock. So until the gun reaches this point, the bolt should not move, or the slide should not move away from the barrel. Well, in this case, the bolt and the barrel assembly separates about, let's say, 3 or 4 millimeters. So I'll go ahead and when I take it apart, I'll show you what's causing that. So as far as that goes, that's, I wouldn't say dangerous, but not recommended as far as shooting in this condition. So that part needs to be addressed. Okay, so here are the parts in question. And let me start off with this cocking knob. And it's very difficult to tell, but around this back, the hole in this back portion, there's multiple hairline fractures. And if you rub your finger against it, you can feel that it's bulged outwards slightly. And that's not it's part of a design flaw, I suppose, since this gun does not have a bolt hold slide hold open feature. So when you pull the magazine out, this entire bolt assembly slams forward, and every time it does that, it hammers on this back piece. Not necessarily directly, but the energy transfer, I suppose, I don't know, I guess, is what caused this part to fracture. And that's understandable, and that's not really anyone's fault per se. I guess it's the part of design. But so that's that. The thing that I was upset about is that this locking recess on the bolt, I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but it's supposed to be clean, straight cut with the even surfaces like any other part of the gun. However, somebody has decided to go in and grind away with a Dremel, and it's fairly recent. I say something that's been done in the last 10 years or so, and as a result, and also this channel for the firing pin actually also is ground out much wider than it's supposed to be. So the firing pin isn't really the problem. The problem is this extension piece that goes in the back. This has a lot of wiggle room, therefore hence why this cocking knob was moving significantly when the gun was assembled. So somebody ground away this channel right here. You can actually see the grind wheel mark that extends all the way out to here. And then of course you got the major gouging right here. This part almost cuts through into the magazine spring, the recoil spring well. And so because of this uneven surface, the locking piece, this major wear and dent from it for being hammered all this time. So when the entire gun is locked, or supposed to be locked, the bolt is not supposed to move until the barrel assembly moves about 5 millimeters or so. Actually, about that much. But because of this, the bolt assembly actually moves about, I want to say, 3 or 4 millimeters before it actually unlocks and moves. So that would probably cause some malfunction, I suppose, and if not, case bulging, that kind of stuff, signs of overpressure. And what else? Oh, and for the ejector, same thing. They took a grind wheel and probably with the Dremel and ground away the under portion of the ejector for whatever reason unknown. And yeah, all this problem was probably, well, the person who was doing all the grinding was probably trying to fix the feed issue, since the bolt was not going in battery all the way. And only part that they needed to fix was this feed lip on the magazine, since this is the part that was actually dragging against the bolt to prevent it from actually closing and gone smoothly. So I went ahead and fixed that, and sure enough, all the compartments work fine as it's supposed to. I will know for sure until I get the ammunition in to test it out. But for me to fire it safely without damaging further parts, I need to get a new bolt, locking lug, or locking piece, whatever it's called. Block, there you go, locking block, and the cocking knob. And the rest of the parts should work just fine, hopefully, if I decide to shoot. But just wanted to rant about some of the amateur work. I mean, I'm an amateur too, but still, if you're going to use a Dremel, please do a nice job and finish it up with a needle file and abrasive paper to make it even look presentable. And it's a shame because it's all parts matching. So, what can you do? I guess. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, I guess, and listening to my rant.